What's going on, guys? So, after a big week of earnings, we have election week coming up. The premiums, there's definitely premiums built in if you're willing to hold through election. You could definitely sell some puts and collect some nice money, this week by holding any puts that expire on Friday. I got to do some shopping. I accidentally held AMD over the weekend. I didn't mean to. Why I got into it, it kind of just respects the line here. I'm not looking to hold AMD long term, at least not where it currently is. You know, maybe we can get a further dip, and AMD is not my favorite chip company. So I was looking at Pacey. Um, I talked about Pacey like a week or two ago. I was in it at 60, 62. Um, I liked it and I didn't hold it through earnings. I didn't think that was going to happen. But here we are now. Here we are now. So, anyways, we smashed Amazon, Google this week. I told you to be worried about Meta. Meta was down. This week's going to be interesting because a lot of times going into the election, we actually dip beforehand. So the fact that we didn't really dip leads me to believe that we're probably going to get a dip after. Uh, wow, Crocs is down to 106. Ooh, baby. This is why I go through my charts. I am going to start playing around. So I have this indicator. I'm going to start playing with these on the daily. As you can see, it works. Um, it's still playing off the fair value gaps and things like that. Uh, I'm going to start using it on the daily and seeing about this. I like Crocs. I'm just wondering why. I'm going to have to dig into it because there's a beat and a beat, and it's down a ton. Like that's a ton. I'm wondering if it goes and touches 100. I'm interested in owning this, by the way. I'm interested in writing some puts against it. Here's another one I'm interested in. TMDX. They just had earnings. I've talked about this before. They've gotten completely. Let me just get this off the screen. There we go. Make it a little bit clearer. Um, yeah, I would be kind of interested in owning this around 72, maybe write some puts and start maybe collecting a small position. Um, Google gave back its entire earnings gap. That's interesting. Google's the only two I really want to own out of, I guess, the magnificent seven is like Google and Amazon. Tesla, if it drops, Tesla's way up. But they're coming out with those humanoid robots. So it's definitely an interesting play over the long term. Just the value, and I feel like Google and Amazon are more undervalued than some of the other ones. Um, it's also interesting is the Qs have run and IWM has not. So I've had my eye on that for a little bit. I just did a quick scan over here. I'm not really seeing much. NVIDIA is joining the Dow. They talked about that. After hours, it's up a ton. I'm hands off NVIDIA, to be honest with you. That whole SMCI thing going on. I'm not looking to touch this unless we get a significant pullback. It's just not really my thing. These are all, so this is Mark Minervini's, basically what he looks at. And then I just kind of go over the ones that I like. Abby. I'm just kind of looking. I'm not looking to deploy a lot of capital this week till after the election. Once the election is done, I'm probably gonna see what way we're trending and probably go. The only things I'm really looking at is like net. I actually got a list. I was trying to find some more undervalued. I feel like a lot of the stocks nowadays are valued correctly or overvalued for the most part. So it's kind of hard finding the diamond in the rough. I mean, Hims came out with bad news about their weight loss drug. Um, I'm not buying it at 20, but this is one I definitely want to own again. I just want to see it. It needs to come back down. Hims. Let me look at this. ASML is on my list. This is definitely on my list. I'm just curious what the ASML PE ratio is only 35. I was wondering if it was like 80 or something like that. It's only 35. It looks like it's going to make another leg down. I'm interested. I'm definitely interested. Celsius reports earnings this week. I own shares of that. DraftKings is definitely one I want to own. They are taking a little bit of a hit. Wouldn't mind getting in on that. These are all kind of like growth companies that what's S at? Sentinel One. I remember this was trading, yeah, like super, super low. Yeah. See, I think like Sentinel One is going to be a good company, but like this is more of a longer term play. A lot of the cybersecurity stuff I think is good. Damn, SoFi just ripped. I sold SoFi at like $8.50 or $9. Jeez. I like SoFi. Needs to come down. I'm in Delo. Delo's on like I think Delo is interesting. Baba is super interesting, guys. Baba, oh man. The problem is it's a Chinese company, but if I can grab Baba like the 90s, like low 90s, I think it's interesting again. Actually, they have earnings coming up. Yeah, I like it. I think if you could grab it low in like the 90 area, you're gonna make money eventually. It will come back up. Um, they're doing the stimulus, the Chinese stimulus. I really like Ulta. I really like Ulta. Large beauty retailer. It's buying back shares. Trades at a low PE ratio. Significant dip. I think Ulta's on my real list. My list. Let's see what else we got. Lulu is one I want to own. Now, mind you, I'm waiting till after the election. I'm just kind of going over some things. I want to see where things are at. Like Lulu's come up a bunch. I want to see it maybe trade back down just a little bit. I find Lulu to be, they're not going anywhere. Oxy, I'm still in Oxy, taking a little bit of a bath I need my boy Warren to pump this thing back up, or oil to come back up. Yeah, I'm just seeing what else. A lot of people liked Hershey for some reason. I guess it's trading at lows as a value play. Hershey just doesn't excite me. I'm not sitting here looking at Hershey and being like, "Oh man, I need to get in." Somebody told me about this. What is this, Dave? Dave Inc. It's a neobank with 11 million members. I have no effing idea what happened here. I gotta do some research on this one. I don't know what's going on. I'm just looking at text messages from friends and stuff that people have talked to me about. I'm in text groups, ZS, and we were talking about undervalued companies last night. So we're going back and forth, and I'm just looking at some of them now. ZS, I like ZS. A lot of the overlapping was Celsius, Hims, ZS, S, Lulu. What else came out? PayPal on a dip. Google, if you're looking to buy one of the big ones. Alta. I went through Alta. I'm just looking at what else they were talking about. I can bring up on the screen. Louis Vuitton's been one. I'm not a Louis Vuitton fan, so let's see what else. Snow. The problem with Snow is they're doing a lot of stock-based compensation. Not loving it. Elf, dude. Elf. Elf has taken a bath. This is gonna. I bet you Elf trades at like 70 soon. Just feels that way. I remember this thing. This thing just took the frig off. I was in this. I think it was Kylie Jenner got involved, and it was somewhere around the 50s. And it just went. UNH. Not big on UNH. Hims is definitely one everyone's talking about. TMDX. Somebody brought up Starbucks. I don't think Starbucks is really. I guess they had a new board or something like that. I don't know. Starbucks doesn't go anywhere. Look at where we've traded. We're not going. Starbucks is a coffee company. I just don't see the growth. It's not really for me. What I'm hoping for is some of these companies pull back. Pull back like 10, 15%, and then there's stuff to really buy. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. I'm just looking. Just looking. I have SLB options. I think June 45s, June 50s. GLB. PLTR has earnings coming up. I would be worried. Man, I don't know if I would hold that through earnings. One of two things is going to happen. Either earnings is going to happen and it'll never see 41 again, or it's about to get smoked. I don't feel like I missed things, but I definitely liked Toast when it was Toast was 15. Yeah. I remember looking at it. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. So I don't know. That's where I'm at. I don't have much. I'm just looking at where things are. After the election, I'm probably going to buy a bunch of things. So if you're around, I would be on the stream after the election because that's probably where I'm going to be buying a bunch of stuff. I'm just worried that we just dump. I mean, if you just look where we're at, I mean, this isn't a typical spot where I'm looking to add a bunch of things. If anything, it looks bearish. We broke the 34, had this candle, and then kind of just gonna roll over. So hopefully we pull back like 15, 20 points on the Qs, bring us down into this area, maybe even lower, and then really create some buying opportunities for us where we can make some money. So that's pretty much it. Wish I had a little bit more, but I will see you on the stream on Monday.